Chapter 1. The Income Gap Question. Is it fair that 1% of the population controls nearly half of the world's wealth? Welcome to today's deep dive into income disparities. The stark contrast between the opulence of the few and the deprivation of the many is a global reality we can no longer ignore. The world's wealth is unevenly distributed, with a small fraction of people controlling the lion's share. This is not a simple case of the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. It's a profound societal issue that threatens the very fabric of our global community. It's a question of fairness, a test of our collective values. But it's not enough to just recognize these disparities. We need to understand them. What drives this widening gap? What unseen forces are at play? As we unravel this complex issue, we invite you to question, understand, and engage. Chapter 2. The Faces Behind the Fight. Meet the individuals who are actively working to address income disparities in various corners of the world. First, let's journey to the bustling city of Johannesburg, where we find Thandiwe Maseko. A former financial analyst, Thandiwe traded her corporate job to empower local communities with financial literacy. She saw the devastating effects of income inequality firsthand and was moved to act. Now, she educates individuals on money management, helping them break free from the cycle of poverty and chart their own path to economic stability. Crossing the Atlantic, we land in Chicago, the home of Samuel Diaz. Born and raised in a neighborhood where income disparity was the norm, Samuel's journey began with a simple question: why? Why were some people trapped in poverty while others prospered? This question led him to establish a nonprofit organization that provides job training and placement for underprivileged youth. Samuel believes that education and opportunity are the keys to leveling the playing field. Finally, we travel to the vibrant streets of Delhi, where we meet Meena Sharma. Raised in a family that struggled to make ends meet, Meena witnessed the harsh reality of income disparity at a young age. Today, she advocates for labor rights, working tirelessly to ensure that workers receive fair wages and conditions. Meena's fight is not just about income. It's about dignity and respect for every worker. Each of these individuals was moved by personal experiences and a shared conviction that income disparity is not inevitable and can be addressed. They come from different backgrounds and work in different fields, but they are united in their dedication to make a difference. They show us that change is possible when we take action, when we refuse to accept the status quo, and when we fight for a fairer world. These are just three of the countless people working tirelessly to bridge the income gap. Their stories inspire us to delve deeper. Chapter 3. The Battlefront Interviews. Now, let's hear directly from our change makers about their experiences in tackling income disparities. First up, we have Maya. Maya, a social worker turned entrepreneur, leads a citywide initiative to provide financial literacy courses for low-income families. She recounts the journey hasn't been easy. It's like trying to move a mountain. But seeing the impact we make, the confidence we build in people, it's worth every challenge. When a single mother learns how to budget and save, it's not just her life that changes. She uplifts her entire family, breaking the cycle of poverty. Next, we meet Carlos. Carlos, a former Wall Street executive, now uses his financial acumen to advocate for wage equity. Carlos shares the issue of income disparity isn't about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about people, their lives, their dreams. I remember working endless hours, seeing the same dedication in the janitorial staff, but not the same compensation. It didn't sit right. I knew I had to do something. So, I left Wall Street and started campaigning for wage equity. The road has been rocky, but every step towards a fairer system is a victory. Lastly, we speak to Aisha. Aisha, a high school teacher, initiated a scholarship program for students from low-income families in her school. Aisha explains, "I saw brilliant minds at risk of being wasted because of financial constraints. I couldn't sit back and do nothing. I started a scholarship program, and the response was overwhelming. The community came together, businesses contributed, and we've sent dozens of students to college who might not have had the chance otherwise. It's a small dent in a big problem, but it's a start." These stories are but a glimpse into the tireless efforts of countless individuals working to bridge the income gap. Each journey is unique, filled with its own set of obstacles and victories. Yet, they all share a common thread: the indomitable spirit of humanity, the relentless pursuit of equality, and the belief that change is possible. From Maya's financial literacy initiative to Carlos's wage equity campaign, and Aisha's scholarship program, these change makers are proof that individuals can make a difference. Their experiences highlight the complexities of income disparities and the multifaceted approach required to address it. Remember, this isn't a fight that can be won overnight. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It requires patience, persistence, and most importantly, collective action. Because together, we can move mountains. Their stories shed light on the realities of this issue, driving home the importance of collective action. Chapter 4: The Path Forward. Income disparity is not an unsolvable problem. It requires collective will, policy changes, and relentless determination. The path forward to closing the income gap is not a one-way street. It is a complex labyrinth that demands numerous turns and multiple approaches. To navigate this maze, we need to consider policy changes that ensure a fairer distribution of wealth, educational initiatives that provide equal opportunities, and economic reforms that promote inclusive growth. Let's look at some solutions that have proven successful around the world. In the Nordic countries, for instance, comprehensive social policies have been effective in narrowing income disparities. Their progressive taxation system, where the wealthy are taxed more, and the revenues are used to fund public services, has greatly helped in reducing income inequality. Then there's the example of South Korea, which has made significant strides in reducing income disparity through educational initiatives. They have invested heavily in education, providing equal opportunities for all regardless of financial standing. This has led to a highly educated workforce, which contributes to a more equitable income distribution. And let's not forget about Brazil, where economic reforms have been key to reducing income disparity. Their Bolsa Familia program, a form of conditional cash transfer, has lifted millions out of poverty, leading to a more balanced society. These examples demonstrate that the path forward is not impossible. It may be complicated, yes, but it is certainly navigable. The journey requires us to be relentless in our determination, unwavering in our will, and unyielding in our pursuit of fairness and equality. It necessitates a global effort where each of us plays a part, whether that's advocating for policy changes, supporting educational initiatives, or promoting economic reforms. These examples show us that change is possible, and it starts with us. Chapter 5: Call to Action. Now that we've shed light on income disparities, how can you contribute to the solution? In the face of such an expansive issue, you might feel a bit overwhelmed. But remember, every grand journey begins with a single step, and every colossal change starts with one person deciding to make a difference. So, let's explore how you can become that change. Firstly, start by getting involved in your local community. This could mean volunteering with an organization that supports low-income families, or advocating for fair wage policies within your workplace. By doing so, you're not just helping others, but also strengthening the fabric of your community and promoting a culture of fairness and equality. Secondly, support policies and politicians that promote income equality. This might sound complicated, but it's essentially about understanding the issues and knowing where your vote goes. Research the policies, understand their impact, and cast your vote wisely. Remember, your vote has the power to shape the society you live in. Thirdly, educate others about the issue. Knowledge is power, and the more people are aware of the problem, the more they can contribute to the solution. Start conversations with your friends, family, and colleagues about income disparities. Share articles, videos, and stories that highlight the issue. You'll be surprised how a simple conversation can spark a flame of change. Moreover, don't underestimate the power of collective action. The importance of each individual's contribution cannot be overstated. When we all unite for a cause, our collective efforts can move mountains. So, join hands with others who share the same vision and make your voice heard. Lastly, remember that change is a process, not an event. It requires patience, persistence, and a whole lot of heart. So, don't get discouraged if things don't change overnight. Keep fighting, keep believing, and keep pushing for a more equitable world. We've started the conversation. Now, it's your turn to keep it going. Share your thoughts and ideas in the comments below.